What's happening, Andy? Here, I'm joined today by Mark Grice. Mark is with IBPI. How are you today, Mark?
Hey, Andy, I'm good. How you doing today?
I am great. Love the hat. You've got the,
Thank you.
latest version on, or at least the latest version that I'm one of the latest versions. I'm wearing that too. So always nice to see. I can't even remember which show I gave you that one at, but you've got a few of them at this point.
I do. I've got a closet full of them, and they're great to wear outside. Good to go golfing in this.
They are good
weather.
to go golfing in. I am not going golfing right now. It's in the 30s. I told you it was 2 degrees yesterday when I woke up. So loving Rochester, New York. Actually, I'm really looking forward to going to Arizona this week with a lot of the industry for that Executive Connections Summit. But today we wanted to talk and catch up with you. Happy New Year. We wanted to just check in with IBPI, right? So give us a little background. I know we've done videos with you before, but maybe for someone who hasn't seen the prior interviews we've done together, tell me, who is IBPI?
So IBPI is the largest buying group in the office equipment industry. We have a little over 500 office equipment dealers and IT services companies that are members of our group. And we have about 32 vendor partners. And we go out and negotiate best in class pricing with our vendors, and also a rebate plan. So the more our members buy from our vendors, the bigger that rebate check is going to be every year. And we have been returning close to $750,000 a year back to our members in rebates. So we're very proud of that. And those rebate checks, Andy, range from $10 all the way up to some get $65,000, $70,000. So the more they buy, the bigger that check.
But these are not vendors these are vendors that most of probably everybody watching this is already doing business with someone.
Absolutely.
Right. If you're in the copier industry, and chances are, if you're in that list of 500, that's the majority of the industry anyway. My estimates put the number of dealers, active dealers these days, at probably 700-800 of them, right? We're just buying each other. So 500 dealers is just amazing. And then the benefit is, companies you're already working with. I saw some on the list earlier: Pollock and Pollock, Clover, Arlington. The list goes on and on. We'll see some of those in a minute. But if you're working with these companies, then the advantage is you get best pricing from you. And then again, like you just said, a check back at the end of the year. So you had 500 dealers split up $750,000 this year.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right. And we will have another distribution of rebate checks here in just a couple of months at our annual member event.
So your annual member event, I did want to plug that too. That's going to be, is it March? Did I see March?
Yeah, March 30th through April the 1st at Disney Yacht and Beach Club in Orlando. We will be right there with the BTA Southeast Spring Break event. And in fact, we are going to share the Friday morning session with BTA. That'll be a joint IBPI and BTA session that Friday morning, April 1st.
Very exciting. Another amazing organization. I actually just did a webinar for them the other day. So that'll be exciting. It's always nice when you've got two meetings that are, worth attending, that are right on top of each other. So you can go to both of them. You don't need 2 trips. Excellent. So we will see you there. And then I get a nice visit with my my boss, my dad, down in Orlando, north of Orlando. So I'm looking forward to coming down there. Right. But we're here today. Last year you guys actually had a really nice update. We post a lot of content from you. You're a wonderful sponsor of our publication, and we noticed that you had updated your website after many years of covering you.
We did.
It's a lot nicer than my website now, and I thought maybe you had some new tabs on there, some new areas on there, and so you're telling me when we chatted that you've got some new capabilities that you're making available to your customers, to your members, I should say, the IBPI members. I'm going to ask you if you could bring up your screen now, and let's just take a look at that website. It's just a really nice job, clean. It looks great. The old one was functional. It got your message across, but it was old and needed it was time. It was just time. And so very nice. You got some new tabs up there. The ones that I saw when we were running through it before. I guess, what do you have to do? So this is the main.
Yeah.
So then when somebody comes one of, this is informational here, but then somebody could come that's a member of IBPI, and then what happens? They sign in.
Yeah, sign in up here. And once you get signed in, you'll notice that there's another couple of tabs that show
Yes.
up, another couple of links. So,
Yes, so
what I
see
wanted to talk
vendor
about
search.
today was vendor search and
And
swap.
I see swap meet is another one. We will. So what we'll do is let's do a little tour of just one section, so we don't take up too much time in one interview, and then we'll come back and we'll redo. We'll reconvene and do some more conversations on some of the others. I really want to hear about the swap meet function. There was another one you had mentioned earlier, IBPI Connect 365. We want to chat about that. But right now, I am very interested in that vendor search button, because you gave me a taste of it earlier, and I thought that was really, really cool. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the vendor search tool is an area where IBPI members can go and find out what products and services are sold by our vendors. Andy, we get calls almost every day from members that say, hey, Mark, who sells refurbished printers? Who sells Canon compatible toner? And we used to go and look all that up and find that and send it back to them. So we decided to create an area on our website where it's kind of a self-service area for that. A member can go and come in here and search under 3 different categories. We have all of our IBPI vendors listed here. We have all of the OEMs listed here. And then finally, we have all of the products and services that are sold by our IBPI vendors. So in that example that I gave you just a second ago, who sells compatible toner in our group? Well, let me just select that and I'll tell you, here it is. Here's all the IBPI vendors that sell compatible toner. And they're listed in alphabetical order and then by OEM. So ACM sells Konica Minolta, Kyocera, Ricoh, Toshiba. Arlington sells a bunch. CET Group sells a bunch. So there's all of those companies that sell compatible toner. And you can even drill down further and say, I only want to see the ones that sell Canon compatible toner. Well, there they are. And it gives you the name of the company and the contact information for that company, so you can reach right out to them and say, hey, I found this on the IBPI website and I am interested in buying some Canon compatible toner. And I'm sure they would be more than happy to help you out with that. So you can search for any of those OEMs and any of these product categories to find out which IBPI vendors sell that specific product. And not only that, for parts and toner type stuff, Andy, but really for anything. IBPI has an accounts receivable collections vendor. So you can search and see who that is. We have a company that sells delivery carts, salesmaker carts. We have entertainment discounts. You can get that information there. Going down to the bottom, there's a voice over IP telecom company. We have a website design company. So all of these different areas, you can go right here, find out who sells that within IBPI and get their contact information right there. One other thing that you could do is, let's say that you had gone out to a show somewhere and you had met up with, the guys from, say, Cape.
Mm-hmm.
They were nice guys. You really liked them. You said, I'm going to start doing some more business with these guys. Let me find out what they sell. Well, I can just pick Cape and find out what OEM and what product category they sell. And if I am a, say, Konica Minolta dealer, I can just pick that and drill down directly to that and find out all of the products for Konica Minolta that are sold by Cape. So it's just a great way to get in there, play around, look and see how I can get more value out of my IBPI membership by finding who I could buy more products and services from.
That is awesome. So let's play around a little bit more, just out of curiosity. Slide back to the top and let's just, if you could just drop down the vendor list again, and let's just pop Let's just populate a few. We'll try Arlington. Let's see what they do, and let's do by vendor. We'll pick a couple of vendors that I like.
Okay, so there's all of Arlington's items.
And then they break it down by brand on this page, or you can like you showed at the top, you can actually select a brand. So if I'm a Rico dealer, perfect.
Yeah.
So this is going to be everything that Arlington has that I could buy from them. So let's do another drop down from the IBPI vendor list, and let me see. Let's pick Mars International. Let's pick Mars. Just a little bit different than the supply company. And
Yep.
okay, I know Mike. Yeah. So used equipment sales. It tells you exactly what they do. Go back one more time with the vendor list. Let's go slide a little further down. See what else you have there. Wow, you have so many companies on here. So, and each of these contributes to me offering that check. Like we did Kate, and let's do Clover. Let's try Clover, and then Pollock. I just want to see what kinds of things these guys offer.
Sure.
So if I do Clover, slide back up, and then let's just do a drop down for, let's do product category and see what we get with that. So if you did slide down to factory, oh yeah, that's good, print cartridges. So we'll find out Clover, right? And they offer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different brands through your program, but not every brand. So it's a good way for you to be able to look and see what's going to work with you. You've got the contact information there as well. How about popping up the Caton one now? Let's see what they look like. Let's just
Caton or Pollock?
Let's do Pollock because we did Caton. I just want to see the differences, because these are all companies that do market comparable products. I just want to see what the difference is, and how useful this tool is, because it really does show you. Now I know if I'm looking at Pollock, well, if I'm a certain kind of dealer, they've got my stuff. And if I was looking at Clover and I was selling, let's say Konica, they weren't on that page. So, maybe I can find different choices based on, what's available here. So, and this updates whenever they send you new content, new products, new programs.
That's right.
How many vendors do you have now on this list?
We're at about 32 on this list.
32. Yeah. So we've got, let's look at the categories one more time, just to really slowly go through that and just see what's truly available to these guys. And, this is all the stuff you're as a dealer you're working with, right? Chips, obviously copier stands, toner. This is all stuff that's going to keep your service department and your help with the installations, stands, card payment processing. So cybersecurity, click that. Just out of interest, what's going to come up there? Get rid of that part.
Pollock there.
ConnectWise, obviously we know those guys. I'm going to see John this weekend coming up, I think, at the ECS conference. How about we got digital signage. Do digital signage. Let's see what that shows us.
Yep, that's Capital Networks, company up in Canada that does digital signage for us.
All right, and then let's slide down some more. Refurbished laptops. We've got networking equipment. Hard drives, mass storage, networking service, M&S. Do M&S. Let's see that. Managed networking services. A lot of companies. I knew ConnectWise would be on that one too. Nerdio's in there. Yep, SureWeb. So a lot of companies, we've seen these guys. Most of these companies we've seen at BTA events. I've seen them at SDG and American Co-op and CDA, and and yours, IBPI, obviously. So yeah, just a really, let's do product category one more time. Let's just make sure we get to the bottom of that. I just want to see everything that you guys have: monitors and managed services. A lot of managed network services categories for you there. But everything that a dealer would need, from managed services, advice and coaching, to power protection, parts. Let's see power protection. What comes up with that? I know those guys. A nice client of ours. A lot of places you can get ESP, actually not a ton of places, but you can get it through the catalog here, which is great. And drop that down again, if you would, one more time. And let's just get to the bottom there. Tons. Sales leads. Who's doing sales leads for you these days for your dealers? EDA. I'm not too familiar with that.
IBPI vendor. Yeah.
Awesome. But this is the beauty of this program, right? You're coming across companies that I've never, some of them I've never worked with before or don't know very well. EDA is an example of that. But here's here, if you're looking for sales leads, here's somebody that you can call and have a conversation with. But just sales training. And how about the sales training one? Let's see what that one pops up.
That's our
Modern
good
sales
friend
training.
Derek.
Actually, I think we tried to chat with Derek, didn't we,
We
earlier?
did. We had an interview with him
Towards
month.
last year. Yes, yes. So that was actually a really good session where we talked about some of the stuff that that just one of your partners does. And the beauty of IBPI, I personally, is just you pick up that book, you sign on with this group, and it's just mindless, right? I mean, it's just, okay, I need supplies. And now with this tool, it's even more mindless. It's just, who should I call, right? Or if I'm using someone for a long time and maybe they're not the same company that they had been when I started working with them, who can I call? And here's this big list. And, this is a list of companies that have been vetted clearly.
Yep.
You're not going to, companies that you work with, these are not companies you're going to let stay in if they're not, making your dealers happy, obviously. And so these are, credible companies, good programs, vetted, with best of class pricing, right? So,
That's right.
what's not to love about it? But I'm blown away by all the different things that you have in here that dealers may not have thought to turn to you for, like the sales leads, or the retail shopping discounts or restaurant discounts that I'm looking at. These are areas that didn't you have something earlier I saw with medical insurance? Was that one that you?
Sure. Yeah. We have health insurance right here.
Health insurance. So if you're a smaller dealer and you're trying to find programs for your dealership, that would be someone you would call.
Absolutely.
So this is not just toner and parts. This is not just power protection from ESP. This is literally every aspect of somebody's business, whether it's leasing or whether it's healthcare that you need, or I'm going to guess there's probably a payroll solution somewhere in here. I did see a website developer. Really anything that a dealer needs to get them off the ground and then to keep them, moving forward and working, right?
Yes. If you're looking at a new product or service or looking to make a change, this should be your first stop. Come in here and see who your IBPI vendor solution would be for whatever it is you're looking for.
Very cool. Well, this has been awesome. I look forward to visiting you guys in March, and we'll follow up and schedule another one of these, because if you go back to that home screen again, I just want to kind of look at that again and just look at some of the other new areas. I mean, this is this wasn't just an update. This is a completely different website now.
Completely. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love the whole, we did talk about the swap meet. I'm excited to talk about that. We saw some really cool things there. And so if you're an IBPI dealer and you haven't spent some time on the website lately, this actually was redone about 6 months ago, if I remember correctly, 6 months ago, we noticed the change. And then, I was going to tell you to bring this up. So I wanted to see who the current executives are. A lot of good buddies of mine on that list. Mr. Ekstrom obviously is one of my favorites. And so he's the current president. When does his term end?
End of 22.
22. So you're stuck with him till the end of 22. You got to hear a lot of bad jokes and spend time with just a fun guy from South Carolina, I guess, right? So will he be down? Will all these guys be down at the event, do you think, down in March, April?
Definitely. All of these guys will be there at the event in March. There are current board members. We've got 3 new guys starting. Actually, at that meeting will be their first event. And that's Jim Bodie from Copier Facts up in your area. And Bob Evans down in Houston, and then Scott Vonderhaar up in Minneapolis. Those are our 3 new board members.
Oh, I love all of those guys. Bob Evans just won a wonderful award at the last BTA. Was it a lifetime achievement or something? I can't quite remember what
Volunteer of the year, I think he was.
Yes, volunteer of the year. That's what it was, and that was well deserved. And slide that screen back up, because if I have to look at Kevin's face anymore, I don't know what's going to happen. But I hope he hears that. I really hope he hears that. Great, just a great list of people. I saw Roger Hendricks on there, and Kyle. I've met John's just obviously a good friend of mine, Blake over there, and Jose down at Barlup. I see him all the time. Actually, he was down at the golf thing you did last year for Paul Youngberg when he had passed. So that was I think that might have been the last time I saw Jose. So just a great group of people, and this turns over. This board turns over every year or 2. Parts of it turn over, right? And then
parts of it turn over every year. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So this was awesome. Any last shout outs, any messages you'd like to leave us with?
No, all I ask is come check out our website. I think you'll really like it. I think you've got a reason to come to the IBPI website now. You can go there, come register for our event in March. That link is right there on the homepage. Check out the vendor search tool. Check out the swap meet that we'll do another video on later. And check out the vendor page and look at all the things that you can see there. So come check it out. I think you'll really like it.
Well, this is really, really good update. I'm looking forward, obviously, to getting out of cold Rochester. It will still be cold at the end of March. I'm sure there will probably be snow. So I will be there. I look forward to seeing your board and you. And I do think before that we should definitely get that swap meet thing done, because I know some people that are watching this now that are going to love that feature. But
Yeah.
very exciting things that you guys are doing. And it's just really amazing to see all the work that you've done. This was just for years and years such a great association, but you were very quiet about what you did, and it was just sort of, here's the process, here's the program, and this is what we do, but not a lot of changes. The last couple of years, this website, huge change. You've made a lot of really interesting and I'd say cool adjustments to the company, right? I mean, it's an evolution. You can't stand still, and as we move forward, you have to continue to update. But I love what you've done, and keep it up. It's exciting to watch you guys. You're a fun group, and you're just a really, really incredible resource for dealers. And honestly, any dealer that's not working with you, I don't know why you wouldn't. Why you wouldn't work with somebody who's essentially, unless you're a POA or DEX and you're buying at that level, why wouldn't we want to get discounts on everything you're already buying, probably at a higher level, than you're already getting. So
Absolutely.
kudos to you on a great program. And Mark, thanks for stopping in. And again, thanks for wearing that hat. It always makes me smile when I see that. And we'll catch up soon, and hopefully I'll get down there and maybe we get some golf in.
Sounds good to me, Andy. Looking forward to it.
All right, buddy. Great talking to you, Mark. We'll talk soon, and take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.